Y'all take a seat in the dining room. Yep, if you're thirsty, grab some tea out of the fridge. If you're hungry, we got snacks over there in the pantry and dining room. And we'll get this show on the road. I'll show you how I do eggs. Now, like always, you're going to need a few things. I always try to tell y'all what you're going to need from the get-go. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a nice little pot. Of course, you size pot for however many eggs you're going to do, right? And you're going to need a tight-fitting lid. Yep. It's a must-have. Trust me this. Then you're going to need one of these little steamer baskets. Right here. See that thing? You can see, that can fit in a pretty big pot. In fact, that can probably fit in a 10-inch pot. So you can steam a whole ton of eggs if you want to. And it's real easy. You're just going to put that right in the pot. Now I ain't going to do that many, because old Mr. Tom here. We're only going to need 2 eggs for the tuna fish salad that we're going to be cooking. Up, throwing together later. Already starting to lay out things for that. And of course, I'll show you that too on another video. So we got our steamer basket. We got us a lid here. And of course, you're going to need some fine eggs. And here's the thing. Whenever the holidays would come around, I was working so darn much, I'd have to run out the day before. Ashley and Davey and James be coming over to enjoy the holidays with us. Of course, we'd be cooking, and I'd have to grab everything we needed. So, I never really had old eggs. I was always stuck with new ones. Yep, so that first rule of thumb, always have old eggs, sort of went out the window. You know, I'd have a few, but not enough to do a whole platter full of fine deviled eggs. And these are brand spanking new. Y'all seen me buy these at Soup Foods here, what, last week? I think I took y'all with me. You see here, these got a Best Buy, October 24th. So at best, these are only about a week old. You know, I ain't got no chickens. I paid 75 cents for these bad boys right here. You know what? You have all the chickens you want. Be hard pressed to make eggs. 75 cents a dozen. But if you ain't watched that video, my trip to Soup Foods, you might want to run on over to the channel and check it out. So that's what you're going to need. Then you're going to need some water. So, let me all set you all up real quick. And we'll show you the next step, okay? Now, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to fill up our little pot with that steamer basket in. And we're going to be using filtered water. It's not all that important to be cooking these eggs, but I do it anyway. So we got a little pure filter right there. Cheapest way to do it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to got our steamer basket right there in it. Don't be looking at that dish. Don't be looking at my dishes in my dish tub there. Yep. I got a wash up. We're just going to fill this up right till it just comes to the surface of that bottom area. That's, oh, just like that. That'll be plenty. Because some of that's going to evaporate away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it over here on the stove. Yep. That's a gas stove. But it don't matter what kind you got. And all we're going to do is we're going to get this fire lit. Now this stove's a little cantankerous. Sometimes it don't light right away. But there it goes. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set it on about 7. Okay? Then we're going to grab this lid right over here. See that lid right there? Yep, we sure are. And we're going to place it right on that pot just like that. And then because I know how long it takes to get that thing steaming, I'm going to set me a timer. Just so I don't forget, because I'll probably be watching a YouTube video while this is going on. So I set my timer for 10 minutes. Now this is all going to depend on the size of the pot you got. Okay? When that timer goes off, we're going to come back, take this lid off. Of course, it's going to be steaming. I already know that. And that's when we're going to be putting our nice 75 cents a dozen eggs on in there and get them steaming. So, hang in there. Yep, here's the timer. It's time to come on here and check and see if the pot's steaming. Well, let's turn that annoying timer off, okay? And we're going to lift the lid off the little pot here. Oh, yeah, sure enough, water's boiling. Now, it ain't quite boiled down below the surface there. We don't care. But we're going to put the eggs in there anyway, okay? Now, we only need a couple of eggs for our tuna salad, but, you know, I ate all my pickles, and I saved my pickle juice. So I'm going to be making some pickled eggs, you know, like us old folks do back in the day. We're going to take out a few of these. We're just going to, and this is all you do, just set them on in there. Ain't hard, as many as you want, or what's going to fit. Yep. Like I said, I only need 2 for the tuna salad, but I want some extras. And if they don't all fit in my jar, that pickles, they'll be just fine chopped up for the kitty crew, sure enough. But, you know, we're going to put 7 in there. They'll be fine. And all you're going to do now, so simple. You're going to take this lid right here, going to set it on top, right there. Right there we go. She's steaming away right now. And since we want a nice creamy yellow egg yolk, we're going to set this here bad boy for another 10 minutes. Now you could go 11 or 12 if you want just a little bit firmer. But I like it creamy. That's not going to be soft. Of course you're going to see this because we'll be cracking. Of course we're going to take one and we're going to chop it up for you so you can take a look at it. Okay? And I'm going to probably take that outside. Cleo and the kitten crew. So there you have it. We just got to wait for that timer to go off again to get to the next step. Well, that darn pesky timer done went off again. That means our eggs should be done. Let's get that turned off. Then we're going to have to take a look at them. Right here. Okay? Yep. Still steaming away. We're going to turn that fire on off. Or burner. If you got one of them there electric ones. And then it's simple. We're just going to take these on over here to the sink. Right there. Like I say, disregard the dishes in the dish tub. Then, we're going to turn on some cold tap water. And like always, being the batch that I am, batch of Lowell, I don't have any ice on hand. Nope. Here again, a failure about pre-planned. Now, if you got ice, put in your water and dump them on in there. It's all the more better. But I seem to never have that. I ain't got one of them there fancy newfangled ice makers in my fridge. And of course, that fridge ain't that old, maybe about 3 years. I just don't ever buy one because I don't ever use that much ice. And then, I got me some of those old style ice trays. And I fill them up, put them in there. And if you got one of them there frost-free freezers, you understand. They freeze. They look all nice. Then you go back to use them a few weeks later, and they done disappear. Not sure what happened. So we're going to let this cool off a bit, and I always take it and dump some of that water on out of there. Of course, we have one crack right there. Not sure why that happens, but it does. We got more than enough to do our tune sour. And we're just going to put those on in there, shut that water off. We're going to leave them in there and go do some other things, you know, like slice and dice for our tune sour while these cool on off. They've been sitting there in the sink, and that there, you know, cool tap water. Now, something I didn't tell y'all, and I'll fess up to it right now. See there? What we did, after I turned the camera off, I took these eggs and I popped each end on the sink there. And I cracked them, see? And I threw them on back in there. I sure did. And I forgot all about that before I turned the camera off. So let's get these over on the counter and start peeling and see how they do. Got our eggs right there in the pot. Let me get something there. We're going to get, just for y'all, a couple paper plates there. One for the shells, one to place the eggs on, just like that. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but for y'all, I will, okay? Now, next thing you're going to want to do, you want to take this little egg out right here. And now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this good. You want to set it on your counter. Take the palm of your hand right here. You're just going to want to roll it. Just don't be smushing it. Just roll it. So what you're doing, you're breaking that shell all up. See? If you push down too hard, you'll squash that egg. Trust me, you will. And then let's see. See how good these things peel. Yep. Ooh, doggy. So far, so good. Yep. And we ain't got no running water. No nothing, no tricks. You might be able to see her in the background. She's just pacing. She knows her egg's coming next. Look at that. Of course, she used to get the ugly ones. Now I want you to look at that thing right there. See how nice and smooth and divot free that egg is? I hope you're seeing it. Okay? Whoop! We almost dropped it because they are slick. Yes, we did. Of course, Trix would have gobbled it up in a heartbeat. We're just going to place it on back in that water. Or back in that pot. Ain't no water. Now I know what you're saying. Well, anybody can do one. Let's do another one. We'll place it on that counter. And we're just going to gently crack up that shell. Here we got another one right here. We're going to give it a nice peel. Okay? Yep. Like I said, we ain't running no of that expensive calcium water all over these while we doing it. Look how that peel comes off. You know, I've actually had some peel would come off. And, oh, I think we got it going on right here. Look at this, look at it. Look at that. Almost entire peel came off in one continuous piece. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at that egg. So nice and shiny. But I know, think, well, anybody can do two, right? Let's do a third one. We're going to give this third one a nice smack there. You got to make sure you crack it all. Don't press down too hard. And I always start here on the flatter end. I'm not sure with this method it makes a big difference. You know, it's just what I do. Just take your time. Of course, you're seeing this in real time. I ain't gonna be editing this. Video might suck, but that's okay. My videos ain't highly edited. And that, we're just gonna peel this on off there. Nice and easy. As it just strips on off. Yep. Boy, now I'm sort of wishing these are doing so nice. Of course I knew they would. That we'd be making some deviled eggs. But no, I ain't gonna do it. Already got my plans for oh, look at that. Oh, look at that thing again. That's so shiny and beautiful. Put it right on in there. Now I'm going to do the other three while y'all grab a snack and a cold drink. And I'll come back and I'll show you each and every one of them. And we'll put them over here on the old plate. Of course, we'll give them a little rinse, get off any the small shell fragments and everything. Now y'all, I got 6 of these all peeled on up. I did 3 in front of you. And you saw how beautiful those were. Now I got the other 3. Now you might wonder where that one. Well, that was that cracked one. And I took that out as soon as it got cool and chopped it up and gave it to Cleo. Because it's, you know, a little rainy and overcast. And I thought she might need a protein boost. But look at these things. Can you see the shine on these things? Look at those. Look at those bad boys. Look at that. All nice, shiny. Of course, these would make excellent deviled eggs. And oh, they're going to make some perfect eggs for my tuna fish salad. Well, Mama's. Of course, I always jazz it up too. And pickled eggs. From my say pickled. We're just going to cut one and see how that egg yolk looks. Just take a little steak knife here. Oh my God. Did you see that right there? I want you to look at that right there. I hope you can see how nice, yellow, bright, and that those egg yolks are. Just slightly creamy. Yep. Just the way I like them. And you go 12 minutes if you want to. You want them a little bit firmer. But look at that. Ain't no green edges on these bad boys. No. But I wanted to show y'all since y'all asked. So there you have it.